ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஆளவந்தார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதர முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாத ரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம்பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத்தை யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோ நித்யமச்சுதபதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैहिकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता युवतयस्तनया भूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्मयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगळं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. भूतं शनश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेण परकाले यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषां त्रय्यन्तार्थं तुदुग्रहं स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रस्तम्बन्दे यामुनाह्मयम्. नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः. नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः. We've been enjoying Alavanda's Stotra Rathnam, which is a beautiful composition bringing out the essence of Dvaya Mahamantram. We've seen up to 51st Shlokam. Now we'll continue on from 52nd Shlokam. 52nd and 53rd Slokams, they are in a pair. Very important concept of Sharanagati is explained in these two Slokams. Sharanagati is the act of accepting Bhagavan as the Upayam. Upayam is the means to attain a particular goal. Upayam is the goal. So here in our Sampradaya, Bhagavan is the Upayam, Bhagavan is the Upayam. That is, Bhagavan's mercy, Bhagavan's lotus feet, these are considered as the Upayam. That means Bhagavan is Upayam. And doing Kainkaryam to Bhagavan, that is known as the ultimate goal. So both are directly related to Bhagavan. Hence, it is said that Bhagavan is Upayam and Bhagavan is Upayam. Here, when it comes to Upayam, that is, Bhagavan being the Upayam, how do we understand that? Do we not perform an act which is considered as the means to attain Bhagavan? Even let's say we are performing Sharanagati. That is, we are surrendering to Bhagavan. We are saying that, oh Bhagavan, you are my means, you are my Upayam. Only you can save me, you can only protect me. So here, can one not think that this act is the Upayam which made Bhagavan bless us, or which makes Bhagavan bless us? Can one not think like that? For that, our acharyas are strictly saying, no. Even that act is only an outcome of the true understanding of the Atma, of the self, that Atma is totally dependent on Bhagavan. So that Paratantriyam, that Sheshatvam, that Bhagavan is the Lord and we are the servitors. Bhagavan is the master, we are the slaves. So, when that understanding is clear, then one will automatically have to accept that Bhagavan has to protect us and we have no engagement in protecting us. So this act of surrender is nothing but a natural outcome of clear understanding that we are the servitors of Bhagavan. We are the slaves of Bhagavan. So there is nothing beyond that aspect in this surrender. So surrender is purely an outcome of our realization of Bhagavan being the Lord and we being the servitors. So that is how it is explained by our Purvacharyas. Hence, we cannot consider our surrender to be upayam. Bhagavan is the only upayam because surrender itself is where we declare that Bhagavan is the upayam. So we have to understand this part before we move on to the SlOkam, that is 52nd SlOkam and 53rd SlOkam. With this understanding, let us now go through the two SlOkams. First, 52nd SlOkam, Vapuradishu yopi kopi va gunatosani yata tata vidaha tadayam tava pada padmayoho ahamadyaiva maya samarpitaha. So in this 52nd SlOkam, Alavandar is performing Sharanagati. He is surrendering to Bhagavan. So here he is submitting his own self to Bhagavan. So that is explained in this Shlokam. Let us see the introduction given by Periyavachan Pillai. Here, Alavandar thinks that Bhagavan is telling Alavandar like this. If I have to protect you, shouldn't be according to your act? So you are saying that you are in a helpless situation. So understanding that, you determine your true nature and surrender yourself to me. So thinking that Bhagavan is telling this to Alavandar highlights in this Shlokam that yes, I have no objection for that. Let me surrender myself at your Highness's divine lotus feet. Let me do that. So Alavandar submits his own self at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So that is the Shlokam. Let us see the word by word meanings. Vapuradishu, body, etc. In those, yaha api kaha api va. Any one of those, let any one of those, gunataha, by the nature, yata tata vidaha, let me be in any manner. That is, Alavandar is saying, let me be body, let me be mind, whatever, let me be. Originally, he understood that Atma is different from body. I am Atma, I have this body. Now, Alavandar is saying, let me be whatever. Let me be body, let me be mind, let me be prana, let me be anything. I don't care anymore. I just want to surrender unto you. So he is saying, let me be anything, whether it's body, whether I am the mind, whether I am the prana, I don't care. And let my nature be anything. Let me be Sheshabhuta, let me be whatever. That is, let me be atomic, let me be big. It doesn't matter. Let me be Nityam, let me be Anityam, that is eternal, perishable, non-perishable, whatever it may be, whatever quality I may be having. Asani, let me be in any of this manner. I don't have any particular attachment. I don't have any particular restriction. Tat, tat, thus, ayam, aham, this me, tava, at your pada padmayoho, two divine feet, the pair of divine lotus feet. At your Highness's pair of divine lotus feet, adhyaiva, at this current moment, without delaying any more time, maya, by me, samarpitaha, have been submitted. So Alavandar is saying, I am submitting myself at your divine lotus feet at once, without any hesitation. And let me be anything, body, soul, prana, it doesn't matter anymore for me. I just want to be surrendered at your lotus feet. I just want to submit myself at your lotus feet, says Alavandar in this shlokam. Now, that is 52nd shlokam, but there is one small catch in it. This surrendering to Bhagavan, we think it's a great activity. But Alavandar, in the next shlokam, he is saying that why did I even surrender now? If I am surrendering, that means if I am surrendering myself, that means I must own myself before I can surrender that to Bhagavan. But Bhagavan is the rightful owner of my self. I am owned by Bhagavan already. If I surrender myself to Bhagavan, it means I claim swatantriyam, that is independence. And based on that swatantriyam, I am surrendering unto Bhagavan. So that is what it will mean if I say that I am surrendering myself to Bhagavan. So Alavandar is saying, no, I cannot do that because I am not the owner of this Atma. Bhagavan is the owner. If I submit this Atma to Bhagavan, then either I will be considered as a thief who stole this Atma, and now realizing my mistake, I am surrendering unto Bhagavan. Or I will be considered as someone who is trying to cheat, that I accept I am the property of Bhagavan, but now I am going and surrendering myself to Bhagavan. So it will be like cheating to some extent. So Alavandar is saying, no, how can I do this? How can I submit myself to Bhagavan? Because I am already owned by Bhagavan. The example given here is, we know Sri Ranganatha, Bhagavan of Sri Rangam. Now Adhyana Utsavam is going on. Every day Bhagavan will adorn beautiful ornaments. So let's say one person, he comes and he steals Bhagavan's one of the ornaments. Let's say the Kaustubha money. He steals that, and 6 months later he comes and he announces that I am going to arrange a grand ceremony where I am submitting Kaustubha money to Sri Ranganatha, and he brings that Kaustubha money in a procession with a lot of pomp, and he comes and submits to Bhagavan. What will people think about him? They will all know that this jewel is already owned by Bhagavan. Somehow he has gotten hold of it, and to make mends, he is coming and submitting it to Bhagavan. So everybody will look down upon him. They will laugh at him. They'll chastise him. So that is similar to what is being done here. If I surrender unto Bhagavan, that means I am offering myself, who is already owned by Bhagavan, to Bhagavan. So that will be like something cheating or stealing. So Alavandar is saying, I am retracting from that act. What am I having to submit to Bhagavan? Everything is already Bhagavan's. So that is the mood in 53rd Shlokam. This is very similar to Nammalvar highlighting in Tiruvaimozhi 2, 3, 4. That is second centum, third decade, fourth Shlokam. எனதாவி தந்தொழிந்தேன் இனி மீள்வதென்பதுண்டே. Alvar says that I have submitted myself to Bhagavan. I cannot retract from that. And then immediately Alvar thinks, எனதாவி யார், யான் ஆர், தந்த நீ கொண்டாக்கினையே. Alvar is saying, who am I? What am I submitting to Bhagavan? It is your own property. You have yourself accepted me. So that is what has happened. I have not done anything on my own. It is not that I have done surrender, Sharanagati. It is you who have accepted me graciously, says Nammalvar. Alavandar is following the same footsteps of Nammalvar. So that is, so all of these are explained in the introduction section also by Periyavachan Pillai. Mama Natha Yadasti Yosmyaham Sakalam Taddi Tavaiva Madhava Nietaswamiti Prabuddhatihi Atava Kin Samarpayamite. So in this shlokam, first Bhagavan thinks, why should I leave Alavandar in Brahmam? Brahmam means bewilderment. Why should I leave him confused like this? I should not. Because this surrendering oneself to Bhagavan is happening out of Brahmam, bewilderment. We've been in samsaram with total bewilderment, total bemusement, but now we've got some senses back, or we have got some senses now that we are accepting that we are property of Bhagavan. But once we accept ourselves as property of Bhagavan, we should not go and submit ourselves. We just have to accept. That itself is enough. That I am a property of Bhagavan. That acceptance is enough. If we go and say I am surrendering, that means we are offering our own self, which is Bhagavan's property, and claiming that we have offered something to Bhagavan. So that Bhagavan wants to eliminate that confusion from Alavandar, and that even though that is a realization, still it is also one level of confusion. So Alavandar is getting rid of that confusion in this particular shlokam by the grace of Bhagavan also. That also happens by the grace of Bhagavan. So here it is simply explained that Atma is already owned by Bhagavan. So we doing the Sharanagati, we submitting ourselves to Bhagavan is also an extraneous act. Actually, Bhagavan is not expecting that also. All Bhagavan is expecting from us is just that acceptance, just that realization. That is why Sharanagati is said to be Manasikam. Whether we offer pranamams falling at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, or whether we are saying, I surrender to Bhagavan, all of those are irrelevant because some people may not have limbs. How can they do surrender physically? Some people may not have the ability to speak. So, how can they do surrender through speech? So, all of these are extraneous. Real expectation from Bhagavan is that surrender from the heart, accepting that really I am owned by you, so you have to protect me. I have no other go. So anything extra, anything other than that is all extra. So that is emphasized by Alavandar in this shlokam, and that is also shown by Bhagavan only. So let us see the word by word meaning here. Natha Madhava. Natha means Lord, Sarvaswami. And who is that Natha? Madhava. That is Sriman Narayana, Shriyapati. So, my Lord, O my Lord, who is Sarvaswami, Mama Yat Asti. Whatever is owned by me, Yaha Aham Asmi. Whoever is I, whoever is that person existing as I, Tat Sakalam, all of that, Tavayeva, for you only, Niyataswam. Everything is naturally a property of you. Everything here is whatever is claimed as me, whatever is owned by me. Everything is already your property. Iti. Saying this, Prabuddhadihi. Coming to realize this, such servitor, te, for you, Kimnu Samarpayami. What can I submit to you? So, in the previous slokam, Alavandar said, Adhyaiva Samarpita. I am submitting myself to you. And Alavandar thinks, based on Bhagavan's instigation, from behind Bhagavan is saying, who are you? What are you submitting? So Alavandar says, now, everything is owned by you. So, what is there for me to submit? I just have to realize. So, that is what தொழுது மாமலர் நீர் சுடர் தூபம் கொண்டு எழுதும் என்னுமிவை மிகை. So we go and offer some flowers, we go and fold our hands and we pray to Bhagavan, we perform Mangala Shasanam, we fall at his feet, we say Jaya, Jaya, Namaha, Potri, we do Mangalashasanam. All of these are extraneous. First of all, our soul realization is to be accepting that I am a property owned by Bhagavan. So once that happens, then there is nothing for us to submit, there is nothing for us to give, because everything is His already. Even we are His, our properties are His, everything is His. So that is identified as the bewilderment. Alavandar got cleared. So Alvar also had the same thing. Yanadavi Tandolinden, ini Milvaden Bondunde, he said. And then he says, Yanadavi are Yana. Everything is already Tandani Kondakine. You gave and you accepted yourself. So Alavandar is following the footsteps of Namalvar and explaining these two shlokams, the most important aspect. And our acharyas explain that she is a beautiful sentence in Periyavachan Pillai's commentary in the end. சமர்ப்பிக்கைக்கு சம்சார பீதியாலே சமர்ப்பிக்கையும் சொரூப யாத்தாத்மி ஞானத்தாலே அனுஷயிக்கையும் இரண்டும் யாவன் மோட்சம் அனுவர்த்திக்க கடவது. That is, due to samsara bhiti, we have no other go, we go and surrender to Bhagavan because of fear in samsara. And then realizing one's true nature, yatatmi jnana means true nature, realizing that already Bhagavan's property is this Atma. So what am I submitting? What a fool I am. So thinking and despising ourselves. These two things, Yavan Moksham Anuvarti Kadavad. Until we attain Bhagavan, ultimately reaching Bhagavan, this will happen continuously. Because when we fear, we have no other go. So we say, oh, I am dependent upon you. You have to take care of me. You have to protect me. Because we have no other go. We cannot go and ask that to anybody else. So we'll keep saying that. But after saying that, we will realize immediately, oh, what am I saying? He is already protecting me. So why am I going? Why should I go and say this to him? So this bewilderment and clarity will continuously go on until we get liberated from this samsara. This is a very beautiful statement by Periyavachan Pillai. It is shown by other acharyas also. It's very important to understand that. So it is not that we have to avoid surrendering. We have to surrender, but we have to think that if we are surrendering, it is not because of some our own very intelligent thought process or anything like that. It is because Bhagavan has made that happen for us. So we have to accept that really He is already protecting us. We are surrendering only for our own satisfaction, nothing more than that. So this will go on forever until we get liberated. Because once we get liberated, there is nothing for us to surrender, because then we will have that clarity very clearly when we are in Paramapadam. So this is these two slokams are very, very important in sThOthra rathnam. 52nd and 53rd slokam. We just gone through the meanings for those two. Next set of slokams we'll see in the next session. ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஆளவந்தார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். எம்பெருமானார் தரிசனம் என்ன இதற்கு நம்பெருமாள் பெயரிட்டு நாட்டி வைத்தார், அம்பு உயர்ந்த தரிசனத்தை எம்பெருமானார் வளர்த்த அந்த செயலறிகைக்கா. Please go through the detailed meanings in divyaprabandham.coil.org. sThOthra rathnam detailed commentary is translated there. We've just seen the brief meanings. Please go through the detailed meanings to get an in-depth understanding. We'll see in the next session.